All right, we're live. It is 5:05, the second episode of the year 5:05. We are playing A Gathering of Branches, aka Summerland Enchantment. Let's go ahead and meet our cast for this totally relaxed, really easygoing episode. It's basically a relaxed, cozy Stardew Valley game. No one's conquering
chill vibes
from the
to
south. We're all
Summerland
good.
too.
Yeah.
No
Rebecca.
undead possessions.
Well, hello. I'm Rebecca, and I play Owen. I didn't cause problems last time at all.
Never. Yeah, for sure.
Totally.
Everyone buys it. Emily.
I am Emily. I play Beatrice, and I don't want to talk about last time. It's going great. It's gonna be so fine. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Currently playing Beatrice and Eviltrice.
Oh, no.
Badress.
I don't want to play Eviltrice.
Okay. Nicole.
I'm Nicole. I play Sir Elian, who thinks everything has been cleared up and is fine.
Okay. And we'll go to Cyberbro last but not least.
Howdy, I'm Cyberbro. I'm playing Lucius, Julius Julianus, and he's just a chill guy.
Everything's chill. Cozy game.
Chill.
Coziest game.
Our knights are convinced that nothing is wrong.
It's chill.
Everything's fine. It's that meme with the fire. The red line down here is the fire. And everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just in fire. Actively in the fire.
Oh, you're somewhere like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Beatrice just jumped out of the frying pan.
Beatrice is right here. She for whatever reason, she's smiling, but she's right here.
Oh,
That's the most.
That's not good.
thing is that she's smiling.
Yeah, it's like, why is she smiling? Her spell just went wrong. She should be upset.
Mm-hmm. So for all intents and purposes, when that does, we'll talk about it when we get there. We'll give Emily some cues when we
So many intrigue rolls to be failed.
get there. Okay. All right. We're gonna zoom in first on Barrowcrest Manor. We've split the party effectively. Job done. GM's job done. Now it's TPK time.
how dare you? Mother, save me.
Okay. Speaking of Mother, what are you doing here, Olwyn, with your final bit of time in of preparation, I guess, in Barrowcrest? What's the priority?
Owen will be checking in with the three, looking at everything that they've done for the trio.
The brothers three.
Brothers three, yes. And once again, stressing to every single night that they don't have to be here. And, telling the odds as she's found them. And, that it's not looking good.
Make a courtesy roll. Okay.
That is a success.
So, telling your knights that they don't have to be here is kind of counter to how fealty works.
I know.
It's actually probably worse than not saying it. because they are bound by their oath to your service. The only exception could be if you release your knights from service and then tell them they're welcome to volunteer, but then they're released from your service. That is you. And even then, high honor characters are going to struggle, but a release from service would be like legitimate enough to where the people that want to leave could leave. So if you're going for that, you can do it. You don't have to. But if you're telling folks they don't have to be here, they kind of
Yeah.
It's like when your mom tells you don't have to stay here at your house when you're 12
You don't
years
have
old.
to come with the family.
Yeah,
but,
no.
yeah.
When you're like, you don't have to live here. And it's like, Mom, I'm 12. What am I gonna do? Like, what am I?
Yeah.
Like, it's that vibe.
Yeah.
So I'll let you decide how you want to approach that. I think
if that is how it would have to happen, I think Olwen cares more about, the people that would defend her. She knows that it's not looking good. And she's staying out of obligation, but she doesn't want to force anyone else to. So she will release them with the caveat that they can still volunteer to stay behind.
Yeah. It'd be that whole thing that's like I don't want my knights to feel obliged to stay and die for me. You're all released. If you wish to fight with me, you will. Like that kind of thing.
She would say something along the lines of, throughout my entire career as the Lady of Barrowcrest, I've had multiple knights telling me that it is their job to fight and die for their lords. But that's never sat right with me. We know that the odds are not good, and I care about you, and you are good knights. You don't deserve to die here.
All right. Well, most of these knights aren't mine. You have Everett, Brockvale, and Bowie, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Dogged, I think we established already.
Dogged left.
Their brood
Yeah.
to the swamps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or the marshes.
Yeah.
Cadigan is
the ones with X's over here are all in the marshes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cadigan and Beatrice are in the north, so it's Elian, Bowie, Everett, and Brockvale. Minotos went to the north.
Yeah.
This is weird. So Minotos never would have, save for the recent reawakening from Lucius.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense. Okay, why don't we have Everett and Bowie as a player? Why don't you open up your sheets and tell me if you are more cowardly or valorous? I assume you're valorous.
Are we talking Owen or Bowie?
Bowie and Everett.
Bowie is valorous 15.
Oh, same.
Okay. Valorous 15 is not Valorous 20. What is your or not Valorous 16? I mean, it's not a famous. Yeah. What is your honor, respectively?
15.
Okay.
15.
Okay, not famous there either. I will accept I will accept a Valorous test. Just don't fumble, either of you.
Say that. I already ate a bad fumble already. God, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna
roll.
Great start.
Don't worry. You gotta. You still have a cowardly test.
I don't want to do it.
Someone please give advantage.
I'm gonna crit it.
Poor Emily.
Fuck.
Don't worry, we'll make this make sense. It won't be just pure.
If he gets spammed into the world of the undead, I'm upset. Join her.
Yeah, he joins. Okay, that's what you want though.
Same place. It's just me and me.
Yeah.
I'm
have to
just
talk to
like,
yourself.
characters back and forth.
Okay, fail and cowardly. We need to express how this is playing out, but I think Evray is tense here, and I wonder what it is. I think normally you would be very valorous, but there's something in this moment, I guess, that's different than anything
He
else you
didn't see
faced.
the odds the last time. He watched the last place get swamped, and watched Bowie get essentially kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
This is that game over rant. No, because you're not impassioned, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
game over,
man.
Yeah. It's that like, okay, that's fair. So yeah, Every did not fail as cowardly, so he's not portraying those things outwardly, but he's nervous. Sorry, I just played through a couple lines of the stupid friggin' Eminem song after. Okay. High or low? Olwen. Oh, what the hell?
Low win.
Low?
Low win.
You have, as you're preparing for trouble ahead, you have a messenger, or rather a guest, arrive. One
Indeed.
sec. As you go to treat with the guest, you see it as the Goblin Knight.
Oh, goodness. And she will bow her head respectfully.
Lady Olwen, or no, he will say Princess Olwen.
Sir Knight. Have a
I'm
message
here
for me.
to. Indeed. I will be leading the Unseelie armies. We are prepared to hold the Vale.
Thank you.
Should they besiege Barrowcrest,
Mm-hmm.
we will come to your aid.
Thank you.
As you kind of look out on the horizon, you see the big, creepy giant that you originally met there as well, who you know is Vagnus, if you remember.
Yeah.
This guy. He stands at the Vale, but he's so big you can see him like clearly from where you are. Yeah, you're still looking down on him from where you're at. Barrowcrest is quite high up the hill, but yeah. All right. Anything else you want to zero in on before we change scenes?
I suppose asking him, will the veil remain open to cross over should the need arise?
You mean by way of retreat?
Yes.
It will, but if such is required, the difference getting from Barrowcrest to Barrow Vale. it's kind of the idea that the hub of sort of everything is the town itself.
Right.
So, and presumably that would be where they would advance from. I think is his point.
That leads to what Alien is doing during this prep time, which is she wants to look into the defenses of the town.
Aren't you up north?
Yeah,
No.
I thought you went with your ward.
No, I sent my word up with them, and then I came back down with Olwen after the summoning went bad. Remember?
Okay.
No, Alien's still there.
Oh, okay. So you were there. Okay, that's right. Because Olin's up there too. That's why
we all went there because Olin was going to hand Taliesin to Mifanwi. Assuming the summoning worked.
Yep.
Yeah, which I think she gave.
Do you think Taliesin is with Beatrice?
No. I was just doing some math really quick. But
well, that changes. Well, not changes things, but that makes things even more spicy. Sir Elian, you are a free agent once more. Because you are part of that group that Olwen released.
Oh. Oh. She's already decided she's staying until it appears everything is lost, so.
Okay, so you're helping. In what sense are you helping the town? What's your goal?
She's looking into their defenses and escape.
The town really doesn't have much in the way of defenses. Like, people are nailing doors shut and, front doors shut, and, like, the town isn't really defensible outside of the makeshift walls that have been put up. Barrowcrest Manor is.
Would we be able to move villagers into the castle?
Yep. Think
if she has permission to do that, she will.
Oh, of course.
To set that up.
Think Helm's Deep, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens in these towns.
That's usually what they would do back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she'll get that, and she'll essentially try to prepare them for a siege as well as an escape route, assuming we need to abandon the manor.
Yeah.
Okay. Elian, give me an awareness test.
Success.
You see a messenger riding into town hard from the south. They look like they're not breaking their speed once they hit the town. They're continuing towards Barrowcrest. Because you have an awareness success, you could try to intercept them if you wanted.
Yep. I'm doing that.
Okay. When they see the night come over, they will slow.
Are they wearing what do they look like? Do they have heraldry? Are they...
Make a heraldry test. You can add a +5.
Awesome. And I did improve my last time. Not by a lot, but I did. Success.
Okay. They have the heraldry of Axbridge.
Okay.
What do you say when you address them here? Let's go into the roleplay bits. Right.
She was essentially going to hail them. She figures they're in a hurry. They're just going to blurt. And she should hail from Barrow's Crest.
Do you still have your heraldry active?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's figure out gender of this. we can actually, we're gonna figure out a random person. What a crazy idea.
Hell yeah.
Arthin.
Arpin.
And this person is an esquire. So they're mid-20s looking esquire, not a boy messenger of any sort. What do you say when you hail them, Elian?
What news do you bring?
I was sent here by Sir Piers.
I recognize that name.
Yeah, I don't even think you have to roll. You were around sort of towards the end of it. He is the Manor Lord of Axbridge.
Okay.
Yeah. I was prepared for this in case the worst did happen. Sir Piers has fallen, and so soon will Axbridge.
No.
How soon do you think they will march further on?
I fear you have a few days at best.
Tom, the lady will like to see you, and she'll provide you what hospitality we have to offer.
He nods to you. My thanks, good sir. And with that, he'll carry on. And Olwen, is there anything you want to do with this notice? Like anything you want to zoom in on here?
I don't know. I think make sure that everyone else knows as like a right, you guys.
You call your
this is it, you know.
your council together, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why don't we make you role play this? So we're gonna zoom in. We'll assume everyone's together. I'm just trying to catch you while you're eating. Really, is what? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I imagine you're sending messengers to like Lady Rian and allies
Yes.
like Dylan and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
But they won't be here. They're defending their own lands. But you'll send messengers.
let
They
them
will
know
where they're
that
coming. Yeah.
that it's not looking good, and if there are plans to evacuate, now is the time to do so. If that's, that's in your plans.
Elian has set that up for civilians.
Okay.
She's worried about civilian casualties with all of this.
Right. But this meeting won't be, I think, for everyone. The idea of, the common folk all hearing this might send things into chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is probably a meeting of your ladies and your knights, right?
Correct.
And your trustees. Maybe even your like retainers within the castle. Just because they have to serve you during this time while the Titanic's, sinking.
Right,
So,
boys. Let's put it on a thing with you all.
right. So what does Olin say in this moment?
Maybe Cadwy was right. Axbridge is fallen. And maybe it is Somerset. And maybe the time is... It is time to go and save who you can. Take your families and your loved ones, but I know that I can't. You don't have to watch your home be destroyed. I've already had it happen once, and it is not fun. I love Summerland almost as much as I love the people who inhabit it. I need to watch over it until I can't any longer. You can still leave and live to fight another day.
Let's say that right after that, there's a bit of a silent moment. But I'm curious, amongst those who are present, if any of them would be quick to either change the tone or to say something to raise morale. Because it's certainly not high right now.
Yeah. I mean,
we got Bowie. We've got
Me
Brock.
and we got
Elliot.
Yeah, the only one I'm controlling is
Brock
Brockvale.
Yeah.
Ebre fumbled his valorous, so I'm gonna wildly say no.
this is gonna be
feeling
He's just in the back
gonna be
twiddling
so
his thumbs
funny.
and like mumbling to himself.
Gonna be so funny, but out of those
Yeah.
4,
Yeah. Talk to
Lady
yourself,
Olwen,
Rebecca.
There's a
all
lot
due
of the skills
respect,
who would have done well with that.
we are knights, and we do serve you. And I know you're not fond of it, but we're going to fight too. And you'll have to deal with it. Because it's only hopeless if you've lost hope. And these are some of the best knights I've ever seen. You've got me. What else do you need?
I imagine that is Every's face right now. Somebody screenshot
These
Every's
are the
face
best
right
nights
now.
I've ever seen, and I win.
You're right. You're
We've
better.
been playing dodgeball.
He's fully Captain Jack Sparrow again.
He is.
Quite possibly the best pirate you've ever heard of.
Yeah. Every's just in the back one thing. It's fine.
You love the people more than you love the land, Owen. You said so yourself.
This is one of those scenes where after Bowie speaks too, it's like someone comes up and is like, he's very nearsighted. He barely. Sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah, no. Elian says, you say you love the people more than the land, then you should know you shouldn't stay should things fall. Because the people will still be there and they will still want you. Until summer rises again. Can't be winter forever.
Not rain all the time.
Very different genre. Somehow we just got to the crow.
Yeah.
Welcome to Summerland. Yeah.
But even if it is, you say, hopeless, we can at least show them what we have. Slow them down. After all, as you said, the people are what make this land valuable. And slowing them down is protecting them. And I am honored to have the chance to fill my role to do so. And I'm sure many of my compatriots feel the same. Many, she's like 3 others.
She'll sort of quirk a smirk and say, glad you feel a reason to stick around then.
I feel like at some point we all look to Evray, like he's usually
He's not. This man is the most introverted person. He barely.
Yeah.
true.
He's spoken like 3 times.
That's true.
Yeah. He's a wallflower. Yeah, everyone looks at Evray and he just like tries to sink further into the wall he's leaning against.
Oh yeah, and none of us think anything of it really. Yeah, very cool.
If knights had visors,
normal.
Just pushing into the wall like he can get further away.
Yeah.
No.
He's trying to Homer Simpson into the wall.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what he's attempting.
With this, there is a sound of trumpets, sound of warning, and Summerland doesn't have things formal like heralds or they have a herald, capital HAROLD.
You got Harold do words down in accounting.
Yeah.
Oi!
Yeah. The
Hey
poop
Harry,
yes.
who's there? Let him know what you was doing.
Someone comes running into the room, whoever is assigned the duty, and says, an army of knights approach.
Friendly? Or attacking?
It is hard to say.
Oh, good. Right then.
It's one of those things where they probably spotted them in the distance, and this is not heraldry they know, is probably why. Yeah.
See. Well then,
Probably
suppose we should
foreign.
go out to check.
Not local
Okay.
heraldry, I would assume that.
Well, we're not going to give you the chance. We're going to skip over to the other scene while this is happening. So,
Yeah.
but you can go take a look. We cut scenes. We head over to St. George. Is that what it is? Yes.
Where we're hiding the druid necromancer.
Okay, so Emily, you get to play Beatrice right now.
Tris? Yes.
Yeah. Yes, this is Evil Triss, who will behave almost exactly like Beatrice because of the spell that is on this whole swap, giving her access to most of what is Beatrice, except for where her pride overrides. So if there is something that plays out where you feel like Helid would either take offense or take it personally.
I'm going off of Helid.
Oh, this is Helid, yeah. But
Okay, I didn't
Helid is doing her best to portray Beatrice, and has the access to your effectively your memories and your behavior, not directly but through glamour.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So it's almost like, do you remember when Olwen made a shitty dress but it still looked great?
Yeah.
Yeah, she can act like you regardless of her ability to act like you. And the things she says make sense, even though they shouldn't.
Okay.
That's kind of how it works. Yeah.
Do we know her aim, and/or can you message me what her aim is?
Oh no, those parts when those come up, those will be done behind the scenes. So,
Okay.
but when you're in public, whenever you're interacting with the others right now, you're just normal Beatrice.
Okay.
Except for when pride hits.
I think pride will override.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I did want to ask, there's one unaccounted for figure here. Beatrice's dad.
That's very true. I can say I'm generally in charge of that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Beatrice had a lot of influence over him.
So,
They had a positive relationship, and he's sort of not really, like, he's like retired dad mode almost at this point, right? He's like, I've given up slaughtering the masses, and I'm just pass that torch on to someone else to do.
You sword.
know, if there
For
were a
sword.
time for the prisoner to go missing, this feels appropriate. She would have 110% freed him before she left, and given
Did he
him
go
the
with her?
option. And given him the option that he could either go with her, or go where he pleased. She's giving him
Yeah,
the
I think
option to start over.
I think he would be at St. George as well.
Okay.
That makes sense. Because he has nothing else anywhere else, really.
Oh, that's just
So.
kind of interesting. All right.
Yeah. So that'll be one of the things she's on guard for, which is probably why she's keeping up her best behavior. And as warped as it is, she does actually care for him.
Yeah.
Like more than Beatrice. Yeah. Just to be clear. Like,
100%. She cared about two things in her entire life, and it was him and Nimue. And that was it.
Yep. Okay. So all that background, as you all are kind of back in St. George Manor, which is a fortified manor, with a small contingent of knights, you can see. Actually, let's do an awareness test for Beatrice and for Lucius.
That's me.
That's me.
Thanks for waiting so long to get into the game, friend.
Okay, awareness. We can do this. Oh, Lucius, no.
Wow.
So close. Yeah. We'll assume that Lucius, you guys are about the manor, both of you, but Beatrice is the one to look out and spy a contingent of horse riders coming this way. Looks to be over 100, maybe a few hundred.
This is a bold question.
Yeah.
Do I recognize where they're from?
You can make a heraldry roll.
I'm sure I can. With my 1 in heraldry, there's a whole 1/20th of a chance I make this.
Does
gotta
Helen
believe.
have better heraldry?
No, not for the way this is playing out.
All right.
Yeah, everything will play out as it did before. Well, that's okay because they fly no banner.
Oh, yay. Awesome. All right. Probably go and tell Lucius that because he's in charge.
Okay. Yep. Just and again, just play Beatrice as Beatrice, the way Beatrice would act. Yep.
Yep.
So we'll zoom in on that scene with the two of you.
What's Lucius doing? Out of curiosity.
He's not being aware. We've just gotten here, correct? You know what?
You've
Let's
been
just
here a little while.
a little while. Okay, settled.
Yeah.
Lucius is getting his toga collection together. I would say. Let's insert some comedy in here. He's just arranging his togas, just like, okay, we've moved again. Everything is fine. You know, this is normal. You know, no horse murder. This I can do.
They literally all look the same, but only he can tell the difference between
Yeah.
the togas.
It's the
It's like
thread
that
count.
one's eggshell, that
Yeah.
one's white,
I was gonna make the same joke.
that one's pearl.
They're clearly different.
Ivory,
Ivory.
eggshell, off-white, and my favorite, alabaster.
Oh, alabaster, that's expensive. Not on my budget. Beatrice, hello.
Did you have friends coming?
No friends that I know of. I wouldn't count the knights here as friends, you know, more so swords and blades to be used.
There's about 100 not friends coming towards us.
I see. Well, I guess we better go meet them.
Yeah. And lock everybody important inside.
Yes, of course. Yes, lock everyone important inside, and so I'd gather a few of the knights. Cadwigan, you know, he can hold a sword if you'll allow him to come.
I mean, yeah. I can't really stop. Like, I already drag him away from Barrowburst. There's only a certain amount I can stop the man from doing. Yeah. Let Cadwigan go.
Right. Yep. So
Do you want Minotos to stay with Finnegan, or do you want him to join you?
I would like Minotos to stay with Finnegan.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I imagine I would at the front of my contingent of knights. I would ride up with Cadwigan, probably commenting like, "We've never spoken, have we?"
He looks over at you and he says, "Yeah, I guess we haven't."
Yeah. Weird.
She usually speaks for me, he says.
I'm not married. I wouldn't know how that feels.
Yeah. Will he be? I don't think he'll be cheeky. He might. He might just be like, he might be feeling like, he might be someone that's kind of picked up on a slight coldness from Beatrice. Like, you know what I mean? So he's like, so when you're like, oh, I wouldn't know, I haven't been married. He says, take your time. And
Yeah. Well, kind of hard to get married when you're gallivanting around Summerland or Somerset. Yeah. Too soon. And we would go on and meet the knights. Hail and well met.
They kind of come to a slow, and you notice as they do so, they're all cloaked, all the riders. Does that change your demeanor? Because I guess I didn't really get to the point where I explained that part. They have no heraldry, and they are hiding a recognition of who they are.
Okay. If that's what they're doing, I would signal to the contingent. All right, boys. Gentlemen, be ready to fight. If things get crazy when we get there, if you see things going left, go back and notify the manor. We'll hold them off as long as we can. But don't make any sudden moves. These cloaked figures, they may not be bandits. They could just be knights who are cold or something. Who knows? And then I would still approach them. Hail and well met. We're all supposed to be here. We gotta act like we're supposed to be here.
One of the figures in the front. Give me a battle test, actually, because you've got these sort of skills.
Oh boy, here we go. Now the ball's in Lucius's court. All right, success, yeah.
You can tell there's sort of a rider that's coming forward to address you, but it's clear to you that he's not the one the others are being commanded by.
Okay.
There's another figure not far from him that is the one that they seem to take command from. So the figure comes forward a little bit, and in a somewhat familiar voice, says to you, Sir Lucius, I see that you've managed to survive the giants they talk about here in Summerland.
Well, if you've seen one giant, you've seen them all. Well, I appreciate the sir. I'm not good with voices, and I can't tell under your cloak. Who might you be?
He will drop his cloak. Give me a recognize roll. What is your recognize score?
Lucius is recognize. Okay, we're looking down. 11.
Yeah. Give me that flat.
Okay. Success. Okay, I've got my luck back.
All right. You see an older and slightly more plump Sir Justin.
Justin? Did Timberlake?
Yep. This is Justin Timberlake, you bet.
Oh, man. Sir Justin, how are you? I'm not saying this very loud because I assume you have that cloak up for a reason. How are things?
I'm well, thanks. I've been notified by the king of your reason for being here. And I come with allies. Hired allies.
Any of them Roman?
Likely some, he says.
Is this just Justin with me? With me,
Yeah.
again? Okay. Now, between us, there's a Roman looking for our ward. His name is insert name here. The player, I don't remember his name. I'm sure Lucius would, as he is meticulous and separates his tokens.
It was like Sagarius or something. I didn't know how to spell it, so it's not in my notes correctly.
Okay. You know what we're going to do? We're going to write that down. Sagarius. Yes. There's a gentleman. I've been informed that a gentleman by the name of Sagarius is looking for our ward. Be on the lookout.
He shrugs, like he doesn't really seem to, that name doesn't sit with him at all, but he's just like, oh, very well.
Right. Well, this
with
is
that.
oh, sorry. I was going to introduce Cadwigan,
Yeah, do so, because as you're doing that, there is another figure. The other figure, the one that was in command, rides forward as well.
This is Cadwigan. He's a good friend from Summerland. We've been around each other some time. Trustworthy. He's a good guy.
Well met, Sir Justin says, kind of eyeing him. They both like do that night thing that,
Can I take this guy?
A little bit.
Can I take this guy?
Yeah. If I need to, can I kill this guy? Yeah. Yep. With that, the other figure lowers his hood. You can see he's got like pretty, like his hairline's starting to go back a bit. He's probably in his late 40s or early 50s, but very kind of like broad-shouldered. Looks like he's seen war. You can just tell it on his face. And he says, you're the one who looks after the boy.
I am.
I would very much like to meet him.
Well, I would very much like to know who you are. I mean no disrespect, but let us exchange names. I'm Sir Lucius. This is Sir Cadwigan.
Sir Brastius.
Sir Brassius.
Give me a recognize roll. You can add +10 to it.
All right, +10. Ooh, probably an important name. Ah, success! Yay!
He was a captain of King Uther's guard, royal guard.
Ah, Sir Brassius.
Formerly. Now he's a famous mercenary knight. He swore no fealty after Uther's death.
Ah. This is quite interesting. I'm not a man who enjoys surprises, so I will not assume that you would enjoy the surprise. But a friend of yours is actually here. Sir Menodos.
Is that so? He
He's-
looks confused.
Yes, he's with the boy right now. There are many strange things in Summerland, gentlemen. I would advise you to stay on your guard.
Last I heard of Menodos, he was embarrassing himself across the South Counties.
Yes. Well, times have changed, and we are in an age of anarchy. He's pulled himself together, but I'll let him tell you about that. And then we ride.
He nods. Okay. All right. Do it, Emily. Give me your intrigue roll, please.
Yep. I can find it. You'd think with how much I roll this that I would know where it is on the sheet. The answer is always success, almost a crit.
Okay. Yep. Interesting reference to this boy. All these figures here. Yeah.
I'm not there.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly.
What?
Oh no!
Hey, you're good.
Oh god.
Oh no!
You have a spy amongst you, right? But we only know that under the table, so
And
below the
correct.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to realize what you were saying. I was like, I'm not there though.
Indeed. All right. We're gonna change scenes once more. We're not going back quite yet. Let me just find the right one here.
Ooh.
Don't do the
Yeah.
scary music. Don't do it.
So, Beatrice, you look up and you orient yourself, and you know almost exactly where you are just from description. The problem is that you don't have. Well, you've navigated the Unseelie realm. You've really had little experience in the underworld.
Okay.
You feel that headache that comes from your what we described with your fumble there, that break from your magic. But this is also a place of magic, and your sight still works. And it's active regardless kind of what you do here.
Okay.
Because things aren't hidden behind glamour in the underworld.
Alright. So, to what degree do I know a way out? Because you said I know crossover at Sound. Does she
Beyond
have
that,
enough a knowledge of it to know another way, or have heard rumors of another way?
I like that. I think it's going to be very difficult.
Okay.
I will accept. Yeah, I will accept a It is technically fairy, so I'll accept a fairy lore at disadvantage.
Okay, so roll twice. Take the lower, or take the. It's confusing.
Take the worst outcome. Yeah.
Take one of them. A failure.
So, you remember Iran, we managed to find. She got separated from you once, your first time into the Unseelie realm years ago. She managed to find her way back, but she also had help.
Yeah.
There are like skeleton soldiers standing beside you. They just stand, though. They just stand sentry. They don't respond to you in any way.
Okay.
But yeah, you are. This is the equivalent of being lost. You don't know where to go, but I'm curious to see how Beatrice will navigate her way through this.
I think there's a brief moment of panic, and then it's Beatrice being Beatrice, centering and trying to get her bearings.
Okay.
I think she tries to get an idea of where she is in relation to a crossover site. Because, like, if Samhain is the best bet, where is the crossover site for Samhain, kind of thing. So she's trying to get her bearings because she knows that Samhain is crossover. Is, like, when it's easiest to cross.
Okay. You know that that's Barrow Crest. You know that isn't the only crossover site, but is the head crossover site for Samhain. And you're thinking of this in terms of the physical landscape, like where am I on the Summerland map versus where is Barrow Crest?
Our world equivalent of where to cross over.
Gotcha. Yep. Using what? Using your let's maybe start with a worldly or a spiritual to see what you lean into here.
Wow, spiritual, you really had to do me like that. That felt upsetting.
Worldly wins again.
Okay. Did I check that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a moment.
Fascinating.
And I think what this means is you don't go to your sight. You don't go to prayer. You go to your senses. You go to what you know, your physical manifest. And that is simply your awareness. So with that, why don't you give me an awareness test?
These dice. Thank you.
Okay.
Not a good success, but I'll take any success at this point.
Yeah. All right. And then I will take a hunting roll plus 5.
Oh, God. I don't think I have it.
Well, you have it at plus 5 now, if you don't have it.
Oh. I do have hunting. It's very low, but I have it. It exists.
Okay.
It was a failure.
Yeah.
But
you start down what looks like a very...
block it. She's trying to get an idea of where she is in relation to it.
Okay.
Not moving yet.
Yeah,
we're just trying to get an idea.
Okay. You're kind of looking out throughout the valley, okay? And you're not coming up with any obvious routes. I think that's what the hunting failure means. You see in the distance, there's a large crow, raven, it's hard to say, and you see it kind of land off to, again, you're struggling with north, south, east, and west. Is there even a north, south, east, and west in the underworld?
Okay.
So far, you see kind of this empty, almost like barren landscape. when I say barren, it's bleak. It's not like the Unseelie lands, which are sort of colored in multicolor darkness. This is kind of like almost like everything is a bit gray, as simple and Spartan as possible, empty, and you see like this at best sort of these rolling hills, and nothing on the horizon beyond them, just emptiness.
I'm gonna try a thing. It's probably very dumb. This is how we ended up here. She's going to try. I don't know which one to be though. I guess divination, and try and
Okay.
see if that helps her any more than the rest of it. Like, try and get guidance, something other than clearly her terrible sense of direction.
Okay.
She would prepare. I mean, Lord knows at this point, she knows that rushing isn't helping her any, so she would take her time for it. But do I get bonuses for it being an inherently magic place?
The bonuses you have is you don't have to pay the cost until you return.
Okay.
There is no sleep requirement, but every magic you use when you get back,
Yeah.
it all hits at once.
Well, she's trash at divination.
You can invoke a passion.
I know, but the idea of going into anything while I'm here is bad.
That's okay. Do what you're comfortable with. You're playing the character.
Screw it. She's gonna approach the Raven, because why not?
Okay.
We'll see if it'll.
As you get closer to it, you see that it's actually much larger than you thought. And it kind of makes sense because it was at a distance and you could see it. You thought it was maybe large, like maybe like double the size of a normal one. It's double your size.
Great.
As you start to approach. Yeah, so you don't have to walk all the way up to it before you get that. You get that when you're a couple hundred yards away. You can recognize that it's a giant raven.
Okay.
Or a giant
Seem intelligent.
scavenger bird. Yes. Because those birds are generally intelligent
They are
as well.
really intelligent.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like bird intelligence or people intelligence.
I think that is unclear with it just simply staying there. But it's staying there in a way. I think you can make an assumption with where you are that nothing quite behaves, you know.
Yeah. And it's not coming at me. It can see me, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not
coming at
moving.
me.
Yeah.
She'll stop within talking distance, but not striking distance.
Hey, welcome in, Havoc.
Hello.
Welcome in, Raiders. Damn it, that didn't work. That one did. Haha. All right. Sorry, what was your action there?
She's
Emily?
standing not within striking distance, but within speaking distance, so that I can hear her, but not hit her immediately. She's keeping a safe distance from it.
Okay.
And she's going to do a thing that you're not supposed to do in any horror movie.
Well, you've already gone alone, so you're already in breach of that, anyways.
Yeah, we're already just yeah, we're going in every good direction. She'll just say hello and see what it does.
It turns to you a moment, kind of tilts its head, looks back and forth.
But
yeah. Ah. The Blessed of Rhiannon.
And you are?
I am many things. Here I am a bird. Where you come from, I am but a head. Severed from its body long ago.
You were once human and now you're dead. Well, living a different life, I suppose.
Human. Mortal. These are confusing terms. You swear your love to Rhiannon, but you have an affinity for something else.
I know.
You animate the dead.
I do. I can.
Wasted talents in service to the wrong goddess, it seems.
There's another who uses the power pretty blatantly. I wanted to choose a different path. She walked hers well enough.
You speak of which? Who served me?
She served you well, I suppose.
The name?
Hillid,
Nah.
my mother.
And yet, while you're here, she acts as you, in your skin.
Does she now? I really didn't think I'd have to beat her twice in this life.
Her death was no fault of yours.
No. She went up against me in battle once. Didn't succeed.
Did you know? Did Beatrice know that she was dead?
Yeah, Beatrice knew. Yeah. Beatrice threw a rock. Remember, Beatrice saw a vision of it.
Yes,
threw a
yeah,
rock
that's right.
and it went
Yep.
through. And
Yeah,
then Hillid
she
attacked
knew,
her.
but not the details why.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's too bad. Anyways, yeah,
she was actually upset. No, I didn't have a hand in her death. We went up against each other and she failed.
indeed.
I didn't think I'd have to do it again. But that was my own ignorance, I suppose.
So long as you're here and she is there, you may never have the opportunity to.
I'd like to go back.
So do all who visit these lands.
So do those who are dead.
That does distinguish you, in a sense. For you're only here by your mother's magic.
It would be arrogant of me to ask you to help me, because I know that I haven't exactly served you.
It would.
Rhiannon's always been my keeper.
Then perhaps she will help you escape here.
I doubt it. I don't think she sees this place. But to break with her...
It's not of her interest.
To break with her now feels like a betrayal.
As it should. For it's nothing else.
I do respect you, though. Well then.
May you find what you're looking for. And with that, he takes the sky. And it's almost like startling as he does so.
Yeah, the way the birds take off like super fast.
Yep, and kind of almost in your direction before he goes up. So, and clearly is not going to you. Give me a religious roll.
Okay. Pull up sheet. Religion, pagan.
Yep.
I was like, there isn't a religious stat. Success.
All right. That was likely a manifestation of Bran the Blessed.
Yeah. I remember from when I had to pick gods. Yeah, Beatrice. I'm assuming Beatrice, religious-wise, knew. She knows her gods well enough.
Test sight while you're at it.
Right.
You see, as Bran takes off, there's a stream, almost like a strand of air. It's a strand in the sense that it starts where you are and it ends where he is, but it's not tangible. It's like just a discoloration, like smoke or a gas of some sort. But it seems to come from you and to him. It's dark, like black, and it's kind of a little active, like it's moving. There's a much more still second strand coming from you that is very faded, very pale, very gray, and it continues on in almost the other direction. And then finally, I'm going to get you to give me an awareness.
Success.
Hey, lollygaggers, welcome in. Yeah.
Hello.
I'm in danger. Possibly.
You see a rider atop one of those rolling hills that I mentioned before.
Of course.
It starts its way in your direction.
Great. All right.
We'll
Does he look
change
angry
scenes.
charging or good or just walking?
He's riding fast.
Great. Okay. Yeah. I'm fine.
We'll switch scenes back to Barrowcrest. As you go out to view the riders, Elian and Olwyn, you do see heraldry on them. Let's see if you know what it is. Let's do some heraldry tests.
Let's do.
We get any bonus?
No, not for
I
this one.
have to ask because my heraldry is not great. Oh, I succeeded.
8's not bad in Pendragon. Like anything close to 50% is actually a pretty decent skill. With the exception of combat. You want combat to be higher than 50%. Yeah.
Huh? It's pretty.
Hey, welcome in, Raiders. Oh wow. It is a raid fiesta in here. Hold on. Welcome in. There we go. I gotta wait 19 seconds before I can shout you out. Okay, Elian, you recognize that heraldry. You're not sure exactly from what. Tick heraldry, by the way. As in, you don't recognize distinctly the house. You know that they were once served Gorlo of Cornwall. Whatever this heraldry is, it once served Gorlo of Cornwall, the Duchy of Cornwall.
And so, politically, do I think they would most likely be associated with the Kingdom of Cornwall, or do I think they would probably not be aligned with King Lot?
Hard to say whether they align with Idris or not, you know?
Or, yeah, sorry, Idris. Lot's in the north.
Yeah, you're all good. Yeah. It's hard to say.
She's going to tell the others, make sure it's all clear. That's a house that used to serve Gorlo. I don't know if they're with current Cornwall or not.
That could be. That could go either way, but
yeah,
we did help Gorlo out of a bit of a spat of trouble before you showed up here. Maybe this is them returning the favor?
I think maybe cautious parlay to begin with.
Of course. It's always my go-to.
Okay.
Shall we ride out?
You make for your cautious parlay, and we cut scenes to Olwyn, Elian, and Olwyn's other knights riding out for the parlay. You see the salt and pepper haired man, probably in his late 40s, early 50s, riding forward.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Cool.
Sir.
Indeed. He looks about as he approaches and he says, I'm here under assignment.
Yes. From whom and to what end?
He looks uncertain on whether or not he's going to bother to say the next part because it's confusing to him. He says, I am seeking the gathering of branches. And I'm here under employ of King Cadwy.
I think Owen genuinely covers her mouth for a bit in shock. Well, I certainly haven't heard the gathering of branches in quite some time, but I am part of that. And it still exists in my heart.
Does it now?
Yes.
This is Barrowcrest Manor?
Indeed.
I remember hearing of this. Duke Orlov spoke of this place long ago.
Wish we could have been more help to him.
He kind of looks about, inspecting the place.
But
are these all your knights?
All the ones that remain.
Very well. I'm to hold Barrowcrest alongside you until it should repel the forces or fail in doing so.
I am honored to have you, sir.
I am Sir Kador.
Sir Kador, it is good to meet you. I am Lady Olwyn of Barrowcrest Manor. Of Belgae tribe.
He raises a brow. Oh, Belgae.
And she kind of
they were
shrugs
mostly, I thought they were mostly from Silchester. Or, sorry, Salisbury.
Mostly. But, and yeah, she shrugs one shoulder and says, but the names of the tribes were important. The branches.
Very interesting.
Quite so. I can tell you all about it once the battles are won, yes?
Yes.
Right, then I suppose I should show you the rest of the manor as such.
Very good. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you want to do with that scene? No.
I'm good unless Elian wants to interrogate or add to.
Elian can lead him throughout the manor just to show what they've done. I'm assuming the brothers three did a very good job because that's what they do.
Yeah, he's quite amazed with the craftsmanship. He remarks on it several times as you pass through. Okay, we're gonna change scenes and go back to St. George then, but I'm going to give us a quick. I know it sucks with Raiders, but Raiders are giving us a quick 2-minute break. We have another close to an hour left, so not quite an hour, but feel free to stick around. We'll be back very shortly.
The sorcerer of the ages, the guardian of ancient secrets, and the voice of the old ways. Do you think that the stones of Rome, with all their grandeur and might, could blind my sight? Do you believe that because I stand beneath foreign skies, far from the mist-covered hills of our sacred isle, that I am not attuned to the whispers of the wind, the songs of the earth, and the cries of the spirits? Foolish! My eyes see beyond the limits of mortal men, beyond the walls of Rome, beyond the seas that separate us. Time and distance are mere trifles to me. Let me show you just how far I can see, and you will understand the true extent of my power. Look around you and see the world as it truly is. But before we can talk of what is, we must first talk about what was. All things that are to occur have origins that birth them. Britain's fate has turned sharply over the past century. Constantine brought peace and knighthood to the land, but he was slain by the treachery of Vortigern. This led to Vortigern's rise and the Saxon threat, as the Saxons saw an opportunity to invade and conquer the land. Vortigern's tyranny sparked a rebellion, and Aurelius Ambrosius restored order, introducing feudalism and knightly warfare. Uther's lust for all that was not his fractured the realm, leaving Britain in chaos and vulnerable to Saxon conquest. The Saxons have seen an opportunity to invade and conquer the land, and they have taken advantage of the situation. It is not just the Saxons who have their eyes on the fractured kingdom of Logres. There are many great warlords who would take advantage of this time of anarchy. Cerdic, the last living son of Vortigern Tyrannus, not of his first wife, but the Saxon Rowena. He is more Saxon invader than person of Britain, and for that the people of this land will reject him. He poses a great threat for Britain, should the Saxon warlords unite behind him. King Idres is as much an invader of Britain as the Saxons. He represents the worst in men, an opportunist who will claim at any cost. He is amongst those who would profess that might is right, and for that I would wish him a swift end, but for the growing concern that his son Prince Mark would be far worse. Nanteliod, the descendant of Vortigern the tyrant, and Vortimer the people's king? Of all the invaders of Logres, he is the most worthy. But most is not to say that he is right as a high king. The land will decide. It always does, for the land and the king are one. None should forget of Lot, a great North king from a line of great North kings. He is without fear, but for that of his deceitful wife Margals, with enough time, he will unite the North against Logres and settle a score that his people have been waiting generations to settle. But are those that still stand in place of a Logres king enough to hold the invaders at bay? It is uncertain. The Saxon invaders are powerful and numerous, and the Angles are also a threat. The land is vulnerable, and it needs a strong leader to defend it. If the land falls, the invaders will not stop until they have conquered all of Britain. Ulfius, the perfect duke, a dear friend to Uther. Despite his disdain for my presence, I can say that it was no fault of Ulfius's counsel that Uther let his nature consume him. I suspect he would run me through if he had the chance. Even so, he remains the barrier that Logres needs from the Saxons and Angles, who press their advance further west. Duke Corneas is one of the rudest and most stubborn of men I have ever met, and it is in these qualities that he defends Logres from the north so successfully. It was a blessing that he did not meet his end when Octa and Eosa sacked Lindsay. I will share a secret with you now. It is what I have seen. It is not in these warlords that the fate of Britain will be decided, but in the caliber of the next High King and the qualities of the knights who stand beside him. The knights of Britain must be strong and loyal, and the High King must be wise and just. If they should falter, so too will the land.
All right, we are back, friends. Let us continue on with things. We are going back to St. George. Let's see. Go to Summerland.
St. George, where's a full house?
It is a full house.
Nope, wrong song.
Some people you wish weren't in the house, but cross that bridge, you know?
Yeah.
I wrote in my notes, Helen is wreaking havoc on Beecher's marriage.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
We're
kind of
Camelot.
better
He
than your
asked for
mom
this.
sleeping with your husband.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we
Yikes.
won't go into that vibe. Yeah, we'll stay away from that.
Goodness.
It's better she's cold than that happening.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, listen, it's
We're
not
not
outside the
talking
realm
about
of Arthur, but we don't need to go there. Yeah.
We'll save
Yeah.
that for the spicy fix.
Yeah. So as we move back to St. George, what is the next scene you guys want to focus on? We'll kind of zoom in because you can both be at each other's scenes, but let's figure out what the immediate scenes are. We'll start with you, Cyber Bro. Is there anything you want to zoom in on?
I would like to zoom in on the meeting between Brestius and Minotos. You know, just zoom in on like them both being around Finnegan. Who knows what Finnegan's doing?
Mhm.
Probably polishing a sword or something. And Minotos is there just. I don't know what Minotos may be telling them a story or something along those lines, but I just come in with Brestius and says, Minotos, you have guests?
Yeah. Yeah, Minotos sort of does a bit of a... It's not a positive interaction between them to begin with. Neither of them look at each other positively. But Brasius will sort of take note that Minotos doesn't have a drink in his hand and doesn't reek of alcohol or piss. So that's a move in the right direction. It's a lot different than the last time he saw him, so he will approach and pray tell, what is your purpose here, Minotos? Minotos kind of looks offended and he's like, likely the same purpose you have. I'm here for the boy. Except for I don't require mercenary coins to be here. And there's kind of a bit of a... yeah, you're feeling the exchange. Yeah, that's Lucius. Yeah. What is Lucius, do you want to intervene at all, or are you just kind of fly on the wall? What are you feeling?
Fly on the wall. They gotta work through their traumas and their issues. I won't intervene until things like get kind of spicy. Like, okay, come on, guys. But they've got to kind of process through this, you know.
Yeah. So with that, is
would
Finnegan here too?
Yeah, I think Finnegan would have been there just as he's come. Finnegan would be there until things started to get spicy between these guys, and I would send Finnegan along to find a snail or something, or not find a snail. Go get another sword to polish. Stay close.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He'll nod. He looks confused too because they kind of referenced him in the interaction.
Yeah.
I don't know how appraised you've made him at this point.
That's probably a scene we want to get in on, because at this point it's like I've got to let them know something's going on.
Yeah.
You know? So after these two, you know, hopefully don't come to punches and whatnot, I would find Finnegan with his sword and talk to him like, hey man, like you're gonna go through a lot of changes here soon.
It's a puberty talk.
Yeah, he's like, if you're talking about puberty, I've already hit it. I'm well on my way to a man.
Okay, so I think Lucius would probably leave with Finnegan and say, so That was a bit awkward, because they were obviously referencing you. Let us be honest about this, Finnegan. They were referencing you. There are certain things I'm not privy to tell you because it is not my place. All right, it's not. But these. Oh, sorry.
What do you mean it's not your place? And why does everyone keep tiptoeing around me? Ever since you showed up, everyone is behaving differently to me. Everyone's acting nice to me or asking questions that I don't have answers to.
Well, first, people should be nice to each other. That makes the world go round. First and foremost. People should be nice to each other. Second, people believe a lot of strange things. They put their hopes in prophecy, in others. As I've said before, it's not my place to give you 100% the scope of the nature of things. We are in a time of anarchy and war, and I'm but a humble knight. I swing a sword, I slay bandits, guard walls, and sometimes get into some magical stuff, I suppose. But when you return to Avalon, I will implore the king to give you all the details. So I ask this of you, as a favor to me, as a person, not as your superior, as a knight, but as a person. Please bear with this a little longer. And when we go back, the first thing I will beseech the king is to tell you the full account of what is actually going on. But since we're having a talk as a person, those gentlemen in there, they knew your father. I will say no more, but you will do with that what you will. And remember, this is a conversation between us.
Do you know who my father is?
Finnegan, context. Do I? Yes. Yes. Finnegan, you've made me say it now, yes.
But you can't tell me.
But I can't tell you, because that would be well outside of my job's jurisdiction.
Because you've swore a duty not to.
I've sworn a duty to protect you. And I don't think me letting you know fully what's going on, it would be protecting you.
When we get back to Avalon, then we'll talk to King Ninteliot and he'll make everything clear.
When we get back to Avalon, we'll talk to King Ninteliot and he'll make everything clear. And if he doesn't make everything clear, then I will.
Right.
Now that's an oath. Okay? So, be patient with us while we trend. A lot of change is happening. We were just in, Belcrest, now we're here in St. George. But I ask that you be patient with me and the rest of us.
Right. Of course. With that, you can tell there's a lot moving, racing around in his head.
Yeah.
But he, he's polite and courteous and plays the role and kind of just goes back to catching a snail or whatever his.
I think we were polishing swords. I would present a sword to him now. You missed a spot here, and this is shoddy work.
Yeah. He says, "You're right," and with that, he'll go back to taking care of the sword. All right. What are you good with kind of just a shift away to see what Beatrice is up to?
I'm good. I'm just like, okay, what do I say to that? I tried to skirt around
No,
it.
that was super fun. I enjoyed that, but yeah,
no problem.
You made another oath.
I do. I've got 4 now.
The Oath Maker. Yeah,
I'm collecting them.
Yeah, we're playing Pendragon. Cyber Bros over here playing Ironsworn. So
yeah.
Yeah.
That's 100% not going to backfire. No way.
That'll be fine. Multiple oaths, multiple passions. They never get in the way of each other. So
No.
you're just good. All they present is bonuses.
I'm just raising multiple death
Only
flags for
outside,
myself.
really.
All right. So with that, is there anything Beatrice you want to focus in on here?
With
By Beatrice, I
Beatrice are
mean
we talking?
evil Triss. Yeah.
Evil
Talking about
Triss?
Saint George Beatrice.
I mean,
if you don't have something
No,
in particular,
I
okay.
don't.
Okay.
General Beatrice things. I don't know. Keeping an eye on vantage points around St. George.
Yeah.
Because that's a very
maybe you're
thing.
Maybe you're on one of the walls, and
Yeah.
this is like later that same day.
Yeah.
And Finnegan approaches you.
Oh, okay. See, Cyber Bros in pain. So just stare at him for a minute.
I know you're Beatrice. They say you're an enchantress or a witch or something.
Who says that?
Oh, no one. Especially not the witch part. But if there's one thing I noticed when you were around, you were incredibly blunt. I mean, honest.
Okay. Then I'm not sure where you're going with this.
You know about me, right?
Beatrice was told last time, right? That was the end of last one. Yeah. Okay. I may.
Right. I'm sure you have an oath you swore to somebody too.
I don't swear oaths to people. I don't do oaths.
I can't help but feel like everyone is here in St. George because of me, not because of something else. I don't feel like I'm just being stowed here for the safety of all those who can't take care of themselves. I feel like King Ninteliad is protecting me. And the only reason I can think of to do so is to suggest that I'm someone important. Or a child of someone important.
Out of character. Did Lucius ask Beatrice not to tell him, or did he just tell her?
I'm pretty sure it was like... I don't think it was an express comment not to tell him.
Okay,
right?
that's what
Unless
I
you
thought.
remember.
Okay.
But you give me an intrigue roll on Beatrice is she, and if you succeed, Beatrice is simply knows that that's kind of what everyone's doing here is making sure the beams.
Yeah,
don't,
I mean success.
yeah.
But
So you know that's the goal is to keep
Generally. Okay.
Well, just to keep it from getting messy, right? So it's like better. You know what they do with kids. Better they don't know, even though the kid's like picking up on it themselves. That's kind
Yeah.
of.
Finn.
Uh-huh.
It's your choice whether or not to ask me. You know what they want you to do. You can choose to do that, or you can ask me.
I think there's a part of him that's afraid to ask.
Yeah,
I'm going to test Valor.
she's making him decide himself if he really wants to cross that line or not. I'm sorry, Cyberbro. I'm so sorry.
I told him to be patient.
I mean, he's a teenager.
The second he gets out of my line of sight,
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna go
literally
ask.
did. The minute he got out of your sight, he looked for the one person he knew would tell him.
All right, then. I'm asking you.
Ask the question.
Why am I important?
Because of your bloodline.
I thought he had no son.
Who are you speaking of?
Then tell it. Why would he think anything else, right? It makes sense.
It does. I think because Beatrice logically, like from the little she knows that Natalia doesn't have a son. And Beatrice knows the answer, the actual answer. So I think she laughs. Like, not full laughing, but there's a chuckle from it.
Well,
You surprised me.
why?
You didn't ask
don't
the
think-
question I thought you were going to ask.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna roll something here. One sec. Let's see what his intrigue is. I'm pretty sure it's not great.
Will he find out today? Stay tuned for intrigue. Yeah.
He shakes his head. This is a. Well, I guess I'm here for now then.
I want to roll something.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh, we're gonna see. It's not okay. I think she smiles at him, and because she's a jerk, she's going to turn her back and start to walk away. And then, as she's walking away, she's gonna say, "You're wrong, though, by the way," and just keep walking.
Wait, what do you mean by that? I'm wrong? And like, yeah.
Torture the child.
Lou.
Yeah,
Yep.
she said, "You didn't ask the question I thought you were going to ask." And then he said, "I'm Nantelli," and she said, "You're wrong, by the way, but okay," like, and just left.
Yeah. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Giving like a little perfunctory wave over the shoulder as she leaves.
No, she doesn't even do that. She just keeps walking.
He's like, you're wrong, he doesn't have a son, or you're wrong, he's not my father.
Yeah, it's just sending the kid into a whole crisis. How old is he now?
Like 17, probably.
Oh,
Like
he needs to know
16.
by now.
17. I thought he was younger,
Beatrice
maybe like
knew
15.
like
I thought he was like
everything by
16
the
when he
time
first
she
came
was
to
like
Barrowcrest.
14.
He's a baby.
He was like 16 when he first came to
Since our
Barrowcrest,
characters that
wasn't
were
he?
actively going to war as like early teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we are going to kind of complete the St. George bit here. But before we do, I just want to see, I want to zoom back in for Cyberbro if you want to have any other interactions with this scene.
No, I think we've kind of covered everything. Minotos and Brastius are talking. Finnegan's being a teenager, and I think we're good. So solid.
Congratulations, you have a rebellious teenager.
And, yeah.
He was probably hanging out with my rebellious preteen niece.
That is one oath I've kept, so I'm happy about that. I'm gonna put a smiley face next to it.
There. All right. Did you say you kind of are happy with how things played out, like, or did you want to zoom in on anything?
No, I'm happy with how things turned out. Yeah, I'm a chill guy. We're good.
Okay.
That's where the bro comes from in Cyber Bro.
That's where the bro is. Here, in your heart.
Bro was inside us all along.
Maybe the bros were the friends we made on the ride
Yeah.
along the way.
Okay. What do I want to do here? Yeah. This is what I'm gonna do. So at about 10 o'clock at night, you're in the courtyard with Brastius and a couple of the other knights. And you find out a lot of these, I'll say the Romans, hilarious enough. Like, these are other Roman knights that are here. And then all of a sudden, Sir Justin comes in out of breath.
Catch your breath first.
Yeah. I haven't been very active these days.
Why is that?
He just shakes his head. The boy, he disguised himself as one of the messengers. He left. The men didn't recognize him, but then we found the messenger later. He was locked inside the stables.
He's starting to believe.
Well done.
So, horses, everyone, horses.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And as we see Cadrigan, Minotos, Lucius, Justin, Brastius all take off as quickly as they can on horses, supported by many of the men. We see Beatrice on the wall, a big smile on her face as they all ride out. And we watch as she walks from the wall through the manor, making her way to a room where, in the distance, child giggling noises can be heard. And with that, we close out for the night. So
She's gonna die. I'm done.
There will be no kid murder stuff.
Thank you.
Don't. Yeah.
I'm like,
She's
whoa.
still gonna
just-
die. She was near Beatrice's child. It's done. Like,
Come on, kidnapping is the more likely scenario in
I
this
like to
case.
point out she is already dead.
Yeah.
You're going to make her more dead.
Yeah,
I
technically
can.
that's not
I'm
really
sure I can
right.
figure out a way. I'll
That would be
figure it out.
necromancy. Necromancy.
You're going to bring her
Can I
back
do
to kill her
reverse
again.
necromancy? Can I force her to be even deader?
Oh, you know what? We'll do one very small after credits scene. Beatrice, can you give me a recognize roll?
Yeah, let's go. It's gonna be terrible because my recognize is like 4.
I
have
believe
no-
in you.
Oh.
Spring break.
Add
Any set.
+5 to it.
I have a 3.
Add +5.
Yeah. Success.
Yeah, me.
Who is
Okay.
it?
You
creepy
see the
rider?
rider as they get close,
Yep.
and their visage is much more familiar to you.
That's okay. Never mind. Also, if I get killed by Gwydion, I'm gonna be really upset about it.
Christ,
It'll be the most upsetting thing.
All right,
Oh,
gang.
my
Well,
buddy.
with that, obviously the delays at the beginning of tonight made me not get through as much as I want, but it was still a good closing scene. When we pick up with Barrow Crest, it will be under siege at the start of next game.
Let's go.
So, thanks y'all for playing. Let's go ahead and do some outros. We'll do them in reverse order. We'll start with Cyber Bro. Cyber Bro, I just want to check in with you here so I don't forget. Your schedule's changing a bit. Is this your last time with us, or are you good to continue for a bit?
I'm good to continue for a bit. I haven't heard back about the job stuff, so I'm good to continue for a bit. So I'm still here.
Perfect, because I'd like to at least get through this arc. If we can have you, we will, and then if not, we'll still figure out a way to play through the arc. We have like a million side stories at this point running around this world. So why not add one more?
Sorry.
It's all good.
No, you're good. Do you have anything you want to shout out?
Oh, yeah. Hey, so Cyberbro, I was playing Lucius Julius Julianus. Stay cool.
E.
Stay cool, Summerland.
Stay cool, Summerland. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Nicole.
I'm Nicole. I played Sir Elian. I don't have any call-outs.
Roger that. Emily.
I am Emily. I played Evray, Evil Triss, and Beatrice. It's going. I thought I'd be dead by the end of this session, so we're already improving on how I thought this was gonna go. So it's a time. We're gonna find out. I'm
That's
so
fair.
proud of Finn. Sneak out at night.
God.
Rebellious
Yeah, man.
teenager. Beatrice would be
That-
so excited for him. She would be so happy.
That 12 versus 13 roll, by the way, was reckless. That's
Yeah.
He's gonna push so many rocks around. So,
Somewhere in Barrow Crest, Olwen feels a tingle of someone else who is reckless when unsupervised.
Oh my god, please give Finnegan the unsupervised trade. Full circle.
Spent
And,
enough time around me. I'm so proud. I'm a proud baby older
proud.
sister.
Rebecca, it is your go.
Hi, I am Rebecca, and I played Lady Olwen and Bowie, and I gave myself a little pep talk, which was fun. But yes, in terms of shouting things out, I'm part of a cool vampire game, done and run by Mark, aka the Cat's Meow. It runs Monday nights / Tuesday mornings, depending on where you are in the world, and it's a lot of fun. We just filmed episode 11, and I'm having so much fun with it. If you'd like to know more, we have a Discord. It is both handy and dandy, so I have been told. and we announce when we're going live there, as well as our Pendragon games, as lots of fun memes and bits and goofs. And if you want to see the backlogs, there's also the socials that you can check. Oh, thank you, Trent. You're doing the Lord's work.
Indeed. All right. I'm Bob. We play a whole bunch of Pendragon over here and eventually some other games. One day, I promise, there will be other games here. But not yet. Today is not that day. Okay, we're going to go ahead and raid out Andromeda Adventures. They're playing Cyberpunk Neon Resonance. Let's see. Yes, indeedy. All right, here we go.
Let's go. My loves. Happy birthday to me.
Yeah. Take care. Oh, there's an awkward thing. 4, 3. Okay. We're raiding out now. Take care. Oh,
Bye.
join us. Join us with the free raid icons. You'll see a little Saxon Raider. Throw them out there. We'll talk to you later.